So we're going to be hearing from Mr. Ebenezar Wikina, the founder for Rivers 2050, which is a bold vision. So my question is, what role do partnership, public, private, and civic play in achieving it? That's one. The second question is, policies can either unlock innovation or strangle it. What must change in the way we regulate fintech and agri-tech in Nigeria?
Okay, powerful questions. Thanks to the other speakers for the wonderful insights. I think first on partnerships, every country, region, state, if you look at all of the biggest oil producers, whether you look at Norway or Qatar or the UAE, what they all have in common is the fact that every sector is working towards the common goal, right? The government has a way to support the private sector has a vision, the civic actors are working towards that vision and holding everyone accountable. I think that's what has lacked for us. In the Niger Delta region, we haven't really lacked money. If you look at River State alone, just River State, in 11 years between 2009 and 2019, in 13% derivation, the state received $2 billion. $2 billion. We haven't lacked money. Money has never been a problem in the Niger Delta region. The problem has always been vision. The vision to be able to take those resources and diversify our economy and create goods for the people, and also ensure that we can bring innovations that private sector can have more room and more space to actually innovate better. So the work that Stewart does, and things that we're seeing the other speakers speak about. So I feel vision is really key, right? And I think yes, partnership is key. That's why we've been going out as far as possible to engage organizations, individuals, people who we think can contribute to this. We are holding focus group discussions with experts across various sectors. We're just even starting one on Saturday for the media and entertainment sector. And we're bringing all the experts, people in film and IT and everything, media technologies. How can we, for the next 10, 15 years, think of the future of River State, and how can we ensure that the talents that we have here are kept here? We don't want to hear in 2 years, for example, that honey has moved to Lagos or move somewhere else. How do we ensure that we keep those talents here? And I think it begins from having a vision. So I think bringing people towards a common goal actually is a good way for partnership. And I think that's what we hope we can achieve through Rivers 2050 vision. But then beyond what we will do, I think the government also has a role to play, and we as a people also have a role to play to hold the government accountable. We need to start demanding for things beyond just rice and groundnut oil and those basic things that people talk about during elections, right? We need to start asking questions like, in the next 10 years, what are we going to be teaching our children? They're talking about AI disrupting jobs and changing the way jobs will happen. We can't still be teaching them what we're teaching them now in nursery and primary school. They will not be able to work in the next 10 years. So how do we ensure that we change that particular mindset? So that's an answer to your first question, very short answer, but please check rivers2050.org. We need everybody's input. We're currently doing a survey to get everyone's input and ideas on how the vision and the dreams that you have for the states. We hope that we can move this project across the other Niger Delta region states, but we want to start with River State being a key state in the region. Now, on policies stifling fintech and holding tech backward, I do agree with you that governance policy has a huge role to play in ensuring that technology, whether it's innovation, startups, etc., can actually move forward. And I think that's why, if you remember, there was a time that there was a startup bill. I don't know if you guys remember, there was a startup bill conversation that eventually became the Startup Act. And I think Nigeria usually doesn't lack good policies written down. What we often lack is implementation of these policies. And I think when it comes to implementation, as citizens, maybe we need to take a position where, as a people, we need to start holding our government accountable to implementing these policies, because they are beautiful. If you go to Abuja, they are beautiful policies written down in the cabinet of one beautiful secretariat somewhere and not ever touched. So I think business leaders, like the wonderful young men and gentlemen we have on the panel in their respective sectors, can actually begin to bring out these policies. For example, Nigeria has a climate change, it's called the NCCC, the Climate Change Center, right? What work has that center done so far, especially in supporting things like agri-tech? and all of the wonderful things that we're doing, right? So if we begin to ask and hold them accountable, I think I'm putting the responsibility on us, not on them. Because when we leave it to them most times, nothing actually ever gets done. So as a people, and democracy is about the people, how can we as a people hold them accountable to doing this? So in your own sector, what are the policies that are there? Make research, right? Whatever field you're working in, what are the policies that are there, and how are these policies affecting you? If they're not working, begin to hold them accountable and ask them for the right thing to be done. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
Thank you. Please, let's clap for him. These are wonderful